Teskulu Shanim Rabot and Shalom. Tonight, the Jewish people are going to celebrate the holiday of Succot. All the best, Chag Sameach, and happy holidays. In Succot, we have 6 mitzvot. We have the Arba'a minim, the 4 kinds, the lulav, the etrog, the hadas, and the arava. The hadas is myrtle and the arava is willow that we shake in the synagogue. We have the mitzvah of to live in the sukkah, and at least we have to eat bread tonight, the first night, for the following 7 days. If we want to eat bread, it has to be done in the sukkah, or if we have enough mezonot, it has to be in the sukkah. Otherwise, we are not obligated to sit in the sukkah. We have also the mitzvah of the habitat arava, where we shake the willow, and we do that on Hoshana Rabbah, which will occur next Sunday. And we have Nisuch HaMayim, it is special mitzvah from Halakam Lemushem Sinai. And we have also the mitzvah V'ha'ita Ach Sameach, that we have to be happy. Being happy is a universal mitzvah for the holidays, for Pesach and Shavuot, but it is specifically so in holiday of Sukkot, and that's why we say Zeman Simchatenu. The Torah says V'samachta b'chaggecha v'ha'ita ach sameach in Devarim, and in Vayikra also it says that you have to be happy for 7 days. So it is mitzvah to be happy. Now, what is unique is that when one of the major mitzvot is to netilat lulav, to take the lulav and to shake it. The shaking is not part of the mitzvah, but it is kind of hidur. The interesting thing is that we have 4 types of plants that we have to take. However, the beracha say, and we do know that if any one of them is missing, we can't do the mitzvot lulav, and each one of them, it has to be specific that it will be pasul. So it has to be specific for each kind. It has certain requirements. However, the beracha is lulav. So the question is, why we didn't say al netilat etrog, or al netilat arava, or netilat hadas? One time I was in Vienna 3 years ago in Simchat Torah, and I heard a beautiful hadush. For me, it was hadush that lulav is gematria 64. Lamed is 30, Vav 636. Lamed is another 30, so we have 66, and the Bet 2 is 68. Hayim also, life, is also 68. The Het is 8. Yud 10, we have 28, and Mem 40, we have 68. So the rabbis, this is to teach us that in Judaism, in our religion, it is important to celebrate life. We celebrate it tonight, and we celebrate it really every day, and in fact every moment of our life. How so? In fact, we just came from the high holidays. There we said many times, Zochrenu l'chayim, Melech hafetz b'chayim, Kotbenu b'sefer chayim, Le'manach Elohim chayim, that inscribe us in the book of life, a king that loves life, hafetz b'chayim. So remember us for life, king that loves like life. Kotbenu b'sefer chayim, describe us in the book of life. You are because of you, for the living God. So that is what we mentioned many times. Also, furthermore, we every single day, the first thing we say when we wake up is مودعني لفانك من رحابك أمشي حذرت بي نشمتي بحملة رباء مناتها. That I would like to thank you, our King, that you returned my life, because we do know that sleep is 1/60th of death. So you returned my life. I want to acknowledge that life is from you, and also that I thank you for that. So it is acknowledgement and thanks for that. In fact, tonight we are going to say Berkat Shahiyanu, that if every time when we have milestone throughout the year, we say Shahiyanu v'kiyemanu v'ganu lezman zeh, that we thank God that He kept us alive for that moment. So in Judaism we celebrate not only human life, we really celebrate all life, because we do know everything that is alive for us, it is sacred. Unlike our enemies who celebrate death. In fact, also the Egyptians that we were enslaved to them, also they celebrate death more than they celebrate life. Shaheed and martyrdom. This is we are, on the other hand, we celebrate life. We value life. We make it. We sanctify life. Not only our life of the Jewish people and the life of even our enemies. I remember Golda Meir one time said during Yom Kippur War that we are upset with the Egyptians not because of what they did to us, but also because what they made us do to them. So when they start war on us, we have no choice but to kill them. And we have to defend ourselves. But because they instigated the war and we had to kill other people, we feel upset. And I do know that. In fact, I was in Israel a few months ago in Shavuot. I was in a tour in Ir David, and we were in many of the tour members, all Israelis, because the tour was in Hebrew. They felt really upset on what's going on in Syria. For the loss of human lives, and also for the loss of the antiquities and all the heritage and the human culture that is being destroyed by both parties, the warring party. No respect for any of that. We are the opposite. We respect that. Also, we sanctify the life of the animals. We don't hunt. This is not Jewish sport at all. In fact, it is haram. It is isur. We even ayats that the trees that we can't that we can't destroy trees. So, because everything it has part of life of God in that structure, and we celebrate it. However, to live is probably not enough. There is difference between existing and between living. Living means it means that there is life that has purpose, that has a meaning. And in fact, when we say Asher Kedeshanu Baruch Ata Hashem, we sanctify God. Asher Shehiyanu v'Kiyemanu v'Ganu. When we add God to our life, when we include God, that is really by itself a blessed life. And we know also that not only when we have a time milestone, we celebrate, we say Shehiyanu, like for example tonight, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Pesach, Shavuot, and so on and so forth. When we do mitzvah, also we say Shehiyanu, because that means that you kept us alive, so we are able to fulfill your commandment. We are able to fulfill your mitzvot, so that is really the meaning of life. I need to mention also that lulav is gematria Hayim, which is 68. Also Hacham is also 68. The Het is 8, the Kaf is 20, we have 28, and Mem is 40, so we have 68. So that means that we have to live our life with wisdom. We have to think about it, why we are here, what is our purpose, and try to make the best, try to make it really meaningful to live rather than exist. We have to, and the best time to do that is when we wake up in the morning. Modani lefanecha, mahazir neshamot v'garim metim, that now we have, Hashem, thank you, you gave me another day. Let me see what I am going to do with that day. And we have to ponder really, what can we do to make the world a better place. But we have to start with ourselves. How can I improve spiritually and financially and physically in all aspects? And then to our family, our wives, our spouses, I should say, our children, our cousins, our friends, and our community. What can we do to bring the best out of them, to make them fulfill their potentials and live their potentials, and also to communicate, to keep the feeling and the emotion running among families, among siblings, among parents and children. What we should do, a telephone call to here, telephone call to Israel, an email, and so on and so forth. This is a time that instead of reading the news about the sports, which team won and which one lost, or even to read newspaper that they only makes us feel better, that you know, they are speaking our language. It depends on what newspaper. We have to set everything aside and write down, preferably, what can we do to have indeed meaningful life. Rabbi Melkat mentioned in his sermon, in fact yesterday, about a professor of computer science in Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh. There is something called the last lecture, and this is a tradition at that university and maybe other universities. However, for Randy Posh, Professor Posh was not really, he did not need to imagine that this is his last lecture. He was diagnosed only not long ago with terminal pancreatic cancer. So he knew that is really indeed his last lecture. And he reflected on the meaning of life, on what is important, what is not important. And we really don't need to wait for Randy Pouch. We have it in Tehillim. In fact, it was written, one of the Mizmorim that were written by Moshe Rabbeinu, Yoshe B'Seter Alyon. It says, ימי שנותן בהם 70 שנה והם בגבורות 80 שנה ורובם עמל ואבן, that the majority of them, we spend them in really nothing, and they get כגז חיש ונעופה, that will fly, that the time is fleeting away. And this is what Randy said, that time is commodity, that is fleeting, and all of a sudden, I hope none of us will be in that position, that he will realize that he has really much less than he thought he would have. So every minute counts. So now we thank God for that He kept us and kept us among the living. We need to do the best out of that. With that, I wish you Hayim, a long life, Hayim shel Shalom, Hayim shel Beraka, Hayim shel Revaha, Hayim shel Yirat Shamayim, Berat Avon. That will be beautiful, peaceful, happy, prosperous, meaningful life to you and to all Am Israel. Chag Sameach.